Hello, everyone, and good morning. Pretty brown girl, REQ Casey Mel, Portland, Black women stop giving birth. K Highwind, Crystal and D. Good morning. I want to share a story that I kind of stumbled upon. Well, I was on the blog of B. Scott, Love B. Scott, and I saw this, and when I heard about it, I said, oh my God. Now, this isn't the first time I've promoted a GoFundMe of someone in need. I just couldn't believe what I read. I can't imagine what her husband is going through. And she's a mother, a wife. Can you imagine? You know what? I couldn't help but think of that scene in the movie From Dusk Till Dawn when the crazy brother had beat the housekeeper that they kidnapped off the movie. And when George Clooney, his character, came in the room, there was blood all over the sheets and stuff like that. So, I mean, can you imagine working at the motel and the guest kills you, beats you to death? Can you imagine? So, her name is Tina Strader. Okay. Give me one quick little second. Tina Strader. This is her. Well, this was her and her husband. And she was beaten to death just the other day at the hotel she works at by a guest. Now, he has started a GoFundMe. The goal was $12,000 because he's disabled, is to go towards paying for her funeral and for help. So far, 45,000 has been raised. Over 45,000, let's say that, of the $12,000 goal. All right. And he says this, he keeps you updated. I think he said the Oxygen Network has now contacted him. And on Tuesday, April 20th, 2021, my beautiful wife was murdered by an unstable person while she was at work. I am disabled in a wheelchair with limited use of either hand. We have no money to cover the funeral expenses or my living expenses. Okay. And he provided a picture of him as proof. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I won't be able to see what's in the chat. I am going to pull up the article to show you, read to you what happened. Okay? Because it's terrible. Okay, give me a quick second. All right. This is on Love B. Scott. Hopefully, this doesn't interfere with the connection. You know, sometimes that happens coming online like this. Okay. Okay, Florida mom who worked in the hotel found beaten to death in the room she cleaned, and the guest is charged. Tina Strader was found dead in the closet of a hotel room at the Roadway Inn in Venice, Florida, where she had been working. Her husband found her after she had gone missing. Nobody had seen her, he told the news reports. Disabled and in a wheelchair, he made his way in the room where she'd been working. When I finally opened the door, I found her. His wife a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 2, was severely beaten, bruised, and unconscious with a towel stuffed in her mouth. Blood stains covered the bed. My heart breaks for this woman, says the sheriff and the family. At 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, deputies from Saratoga County Sheriff's Office rushed to the hotel, responding to reports about a bleeding unconscious woman. Witnesses tried to perform CPR until the paramedics arrived. She was rushed to the local hospital where she died of her injuries. Hours later, the sheriff's office said in a statement, her death elevated the alleged crime from aggravated battery to homicide. Less than 5 minutes after receiving the initial 911 call about Strader Tina, deputies responded to another call at a nearby intersection of Alligator Drive and, this time about a suspicious white male acting erratically on the street corner. The man appeared to be under the influence of narcotics. It took 5 deputies to take the man into custody. The man is identified as Stephen Havelka. He's 30, of Venice, Florida. He was taken to a local hospital for observation. During the investigations, detective reviewed surveillance video alleging that he entered the room where she was found. He had been staying at the hotel for 6 days. Tina was allegedly beaten right after she texted her husband, 8:49 a.m. in the morning. The video, according to deputies, show him entering the room at 8:50, 1 minute later. He allegedly stayed there until 9:04 a.m. when he is seen leaving the room carrying a white towel in his shoes. No one goes in or out of the room until her husband goes in at 10 a.m., where he found her. Armed with a search warrant, detectives recovered evidence from the beating. The man who beat her was uncooperative when the detectives tried to interview him. He has a lengthy record. He was a convicted felon with 19 felony convictions and 10 misdemeanor convictions. The convictions range from strangulation and battery of a person 65 years old. Okay? He had already strangled and battered a 65-year-old before. To motor vehicle theft and tampering with a witness. At a press conference, Hoffman said that the man who did it, he didn't know the victim, but perhaps spent days observing her. She was doing her job and was terrorized and battered. As a husband, I can't imagine what the victim's husband is feeling right now. I want to see this man put away for life. He is charged with second-degree murder, and he is being held at the Saratoga County Jail without bond. He has not entered a plea. His arraignment is for May 28th. It's unclear if he has an attorney. Police have not said allegedly what led to the beating that killed her. They continue to investigate. Now her husband is left to pick up the pieces of a life without his wife of 6 years by his side. He says at 5:55 p.m. on April 20th, my entire world, Tina Strader, passed away. In less than 1 month, I've lost my mother and wife. His wife was beloved by guests who returned to the hotel just because of her. That place is our family, he said. We have been there for a long, long time, and everybody and all the places around here that we frequent, they all are in pieces because of all of this. She made an impact on so many people's lives. She was very genuine. She was awesome. Absolutely awesome. She was my world. He set up a GoFundMe to help with the funeral costs and to help him with expenses. What a horrible, tragic story. Yes, it is. And I want to show you the GoFundMe. Okay. So this is the GoFundMe, and it's in the description box under this video. And I'll place it as the first comment. If anybody wants to help donate for her funeral costs and everything, it will be in the description box. And I want to talk about this a little bit more. Okay. So this was created 5 days ago. All right. And you can remain anonymous if you want to. Just like if you see on the right, someone has remained anonymous. Okay. All right. Now, now I can see what's being said in the chat. Give me a second. This, I know it is a horrible way to die. I wonder if he raped her. I mean, it's very uncommon that men crazy like that don't rape them before they kill them. I notice a lot of times they don't always make that publicly known to the public if that happened, but something in my spirit says that um probably happened as well. You know, it makes me think about two things too. You know, they tried to perform CPR on her. And this just shows again the power of men and why you should not be beating women. You can literally beat us to death. I mean, the beating had to be so severe. I wonder where was she hit that it caused her, she couldn't recover. You know, they're trying CPR and they can't revive her. You know, she's bleeding all over the place. And now to the men who is lurking, this is why there are laws in this country against this type of stuff. That we can literally die being beaten. You know, a man could die too, but it's worse for a woman. And it's a damn shame. It is a damn shame. Can you imagine what she went through? You're coming to clean the room. He was observing her for days. She's coming doing her job as a woman, as a worker at the hotel to come clean the room, and some crazy guy is waiting for you in the room. God knows what happened before he beat the hell out of her and killed her from beating her so bad. Can you imagine? She probably wanted her husband or someone. I mean, nobody deserves to die that way. I mean, I can't imagine what the hell went on in the room. I can't imagine being beat up like that. I can't imagine it. Can you imagine what her kids? Can you imagine if it was your mother, what you would be thinking? I would have to track that man down and I would personally have him killed or kill him myself. I would never get over something like this. If that was my mother or if that was my wife, if I was a man, you know, I would never recover thinking about this. And can you imagine what he's thinking? He's already in a wheelchair. He could be thinking he couldn't protect his wife. He will replay this in his mind probably forever. And it's horrible. Can you imagine the sadness of even picturing what she went through, your mother and wife, in that room with her, with that man? It also made me think about what I said before when it comes to laws in this country. The man already had about 19 other things happen with the law. He strangled a 65-year-old and beat them. Yet he's walking the streets. Why was he even out after something like that? There is no way. Well, I won't say it's no way. I'm gonna have to read up on this, the updates, like I have done with previous different cases of different stuff, because this man should never get out again. In fact, I think he should. Well, I know some people feel funny about the death penalty. If you ain't gonna do that, give him life without parole, period. I know they can say, well, he was drugged up, so he wasn't in his right state of mind. But he beat a 65-year-old and strangled a 65-year-old before. So, you know, either way, he has to pay for what he did to her. Period. I mean, I was absolutely just like, man, I can't believe something like this happened to her, you know. And I wanted to share this. I know me sharing this might surprise people, I'm sure, but I don't care what race somebody is or anything like that. I don't care about that. People are people. I have empathy, I have a heart, and I don't think anybody deserves something like this. I can't imagine what she went through. And I'm trying not to tear up, but I'm so sorry this happened to her. You know, so many women go through things and are not safe, and criminals will walk in the street. I just can't imagine. It's a damn shame. So I just wanted to share this story. If you want to donate to Tina's husband to pay for her funeral, help go towards the funeral costs and to help, it is in the description box. Okay. So that's all for right now. God bless you, Tina. I'm so sorry what happened. And may God be with her family and husband. This is so sad. Bye, everybody. I'll have the GoFundMe as the first comment.